everyone, welcome to His or
Horse.
Shut up. Hey everyone, welcome to His or Hers. I'm Kaylee.
I'm Jesse.
And this is our first video on our new channel where we're going to discuss and review everything from movies to shows to topics that are going around in the news. And like any two people having discussion, they're going to have similarities and differences, and we are no exception. So for today's topic, we're going to give our opinions on the incident that happened at the Cincinnati Zoo involving the 4-year-old child and the 17-year-old silverback Lowland Silver Back Gorilla. Oh shit. And as with any heartbreaking situation, there comes an opportunity to learn and a great conversation.
So before we get into the differences of opinion that we're going to be debating, I just want to briefly touch upon the stuff that we do agree on. So we both agree that the gorilla was not at fault here, and we both agree that this was an unfortunate and tragic event that could have been prevented if the right measures would have been taken. And I just want to quickly bring this up because I think it is important. There are many animal activist groups out there that are suggesting that zoos should not exist, and they are using what happened at the Cincinnati Zoo as a...
They're using the incident that happened at the Cincinnati Zoo almost as a platform to prove their point.
She said. And while we understand where they're coming from and we are sympathetic to the idea to some degree, ultimately we both believe that zoos do more good than evil. Educate people on... Stop licking the box, dude! Fuck!
Why is he licking the box?
Why are you looking at us like that?
Because you yelled it. Oh god. What we're talking about.
And we are not cruel to animals. Just want to point that out. Anyway,
us personally, we have our own zoo passes, and we go probably.
Okay, we're gonna throw us under the bus.
I'm not ashamed.
Don't you dare hit that dislike button. Animal activist.
We probably go once every couple of weeks, and we take our 6-year-old son, and we use those opportunities to teach him and educate ourselves furthermore about the issues that may be going on, with them outside of the zoo. I feel like people mainly go to the zoo to learn.
Give me ice cream now.
Okay, we will give you ice cream when we're done recording. Get out.
I'm taking
Aiden!
away.
Jesus Christ.
My children suck. No, go!
Out!
Okay.
People obviously go to the zoo to learn about these animals that they would never see otherwise, and it's a great opportunity especially to get children involved in caring about these species in a way that seeing them through the TV or a picture would not do.
And zoos do perform a great amount of scientific research, and as science majors, we do see the importance in that in order to further advance science, especially animal science.
The bigger picture here is to save the species
And extinction.
and end extinction.
We digress. Let's get back to
Again.
Let's get back to the issues. So we're gonna be debating overall who's to blame for this tragic event, and we're also gonna discuss should the gorilla have been killed, or shot, or euthanized. But I guess it's not euthanasia because the animal...
That's usually for the gooder cause of the animal.
Yeah, usually an animal's euthanized if they're
in suffering or pain or.
And
the deal.
And the gorilla was,
not suffering.
Yeah. While many people are claiming that the mother should share all the responsibility, if not, and if not all the responsibility, at least some of it, right here.
Yes.
I disagree with that. Whenever people go to the zoo, and I think this is in general, they just see it as another amusement park. They don't go in thinking that it's a dangerous place that where if an animal happened to get loose, it could potentially kill you. I don't think people go in with that mindset. They just see it as another way to, another amusement park to go and have fun. And I think that this sheds a light on potentially what happened here. There's reports saying that she was on her phone, she was on social media, she wasn't paying attention to her children. I wasn't there. Well, we both weren't there. We can't say for sure. Let's just say for this discussion that she was on social media, and let's say she wasn't watching her son how she should have been. Where was I going with this? But let's say she was not watching her son how she should have been, and she was more preoccupied with getting the perfect picture of the gorillas, or taking a selfie, or posting it on Instagram. I don't know. Let's say she was preoccupied with that. I still don't think the blame should be put on the mother, because there is no reason why a 4-year-old child should be able to get past the barriers that a zoo has implemented to keep people out and the animals in. Which are, actually, we are animals too, so keep keep
the animals separated. I just want to start off by saying that, how you brought up the amusement parks. Zoos, amusement parks are not your babysitters. Sorry. I wish they were. It would make things a lot easier. Obviously, we weren't there, but we've both heard that she was on social media taking a selfie, and
What, I can't look at you?
You can't, sorry. As he pointed out, I don't say it's all the mother's fault, but my stance is where people want to solely blame just the zoo, and they say that the mother is the victim in all this. One, no, she is not the victim in this. She played a part. Her son is the victim. Two, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people that don't have children comment on this, and they say, well, she just turned her head for like a split second. He was gone. He was in there. Like, I'm sorry. No kid runs that fast. I mean, it would have taken him a little bit of time to get in there. At least the blame should be split 50-50 and not just all on one person. If she was paying more attention to her child and what he was doing, and as he told her, Mom, I'm going to go in that exhibit, she should have taken it more seriously. She could have avoided this whole situation. And you can disagree with me and agree with him, but there's no disagreeing with if she, had her child, was holding his hand the whole time, we could have avoided this whole thing.
Okay, no, wait. No, I disagree with that, because okay, we have a 6-year-old child, and every time we go out with him, we make sure that he's next to us. And yes, you can make the arrogant claim that whoa, that would have never happened to me, because I watch my child how I'm supposed to.
No, I'm not saying that would have happened to us, but anybody watching their child properly, the chances of that happening are very slim to none.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm just saying that if let's say we were out of, we went to the zoo. I happen to take out my phone. I take a picture. Next thing you know, Aiden is gone. I would actually assume the worst. I would think that someone kidnapped him. I would never in a million years think that, oh, he happened to sneak into the gorilla exhibit past all the barriers that are implemented. I don't know how long it took the lady to respond.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say how long it took the kid to get it. Everyone says a split second.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know how long it took the lady to respond and realize that her child wasn't next to her.
Like that.
But anyway, but when she realized that her child was in the exhibit, you can tell she was concerned. Who wouldn't be?
Never said she wasn't concerned, but it's also, she should be concerned, because I mean, I'm pretty sure she did not buy tickets to go to the zoo to take a selfie. Now, if she did, she has bigger problems. She went to experience it with her children. She should take that time to especially teach her 4-year-old son, since his brain is still developing, like, son, this is blah, blah, blah. This is important, because not let me take a selfie, like the song, post it on Facebook, and tell everybody how amazing of a time I'm having. Which obviously she wasn't. Because her day got real bad real quick. That's all I'm saying. And then you brought up the barrier situation, because there's been a couple pictures of the layout, I want to say, how it's like, okay, like the fence, and then behind that is 4 feet of shrubs that like are very dense, yeah, like close together. And then from there, I think it's like an 8-foot
drop.
8-foot drop, and then the moat is so far from the hill. I'll call it whatever hill. So with that being said, I know that the National Zoo and Aquarium Association has checked them, I think about like 2 or 3 times since this incident has happened, right after it happened actually, and they said everything was up to standards. If everything's up to standards, I mean, I don't blame the zoo, because they have implemented things that are up to standard. Now, on their part, which I think is amazing, the association gave them the go to reopen a couple days later, but I heard actually took longer than that, because they obviously, wanting to avoid the situation again, decided to take it upon themselves to maybe make it more safer, which is, I mean, amazing, because they don't have to. They got the green light. Go. We can blame the association, but let's not blame the zoo.
I agree on blaming the association. You know, I do think that, you know, further investigation should be conducted on how the child was able to get in, and they should fix that problem. There's no reason why children should be able to outthink
grown adults.
Yeah, outthink, you know, the security measures that adults have implemented. I don't believe that the woman should be punished for this. There's many people that are saying she should be prosecuted for negligence. I think that's a little extreme.
Neglecting your children is a real struggle in this world.
If anything, she should be the one that actually sued for her child being put at risk. You know?
I mean, but it's a little weird for her to sue. Like in her reason, she's gonna be like, I want to sue the zoo because I wasn't paying attention and I really don't care. Then she should apologize, and you know what, say, I'm sorry that I caused you to lose. They lost their silverback gorilla of that group. Do you know how, like, that is probably going to be so hard for them to reintroduce, like do the whole dynamic and all that stuff. At least be like, you know what, I understand the serious and the severity of this situation that happened, and I apologize for, you know, being even a small part in this. I don't see it though. And actually, if you look up the definition of negligence,
no, not necessarily, because she was at what many people consider an amusement park, and she was, you know, and she happened to be on social media, lost sight of her child, never imagined that her child would be able to get into the exhibit. So, you know.
Still though, but like you said, there's strangers walking around. So my thing is like,
but that's not what happened here. Now we're jumping into hypotheticals.
But you were saying that she took a picture because she was just like, oh well, there's nothing, like he can't get in, but there's other threats. So it's like you should always be watching your child. It doesn't matter if they can get into the exhibit or not.
No, first of all, whether or not she was watching her child properly, I don't think that's justification for her to be punished for the gorilla being killed.
Maybe not punished. I just want her to admit that she was not watching her child properly. And if she thinks that she was watching her child properly, she's a little crazy.
Right, but she is not.
Then we need to, you know.
But she should not be obligated to do so. She can do it out of the kindness of her heart, but she should not be forced to give out a public apology because
she can't be forced.
Because actually, you know, the victim, yes, the victim was the gorilla, but
it's the victim and the child, not the mother.
The child was a victim. And now, as the mother of the victim, she has every right to sue. And I definitely think she should, because if, let's say, I happen to lose sight of my child for just a split second, and he happened to get into the exhibit, I would be fucking pissed. Sorry about the cursing.
True, but let's say you went to the zoo by yourself with Aiden and he got in there. You want to know who I would blame? I would not blame just the zoo. I would also blame, no offense, you. Because my thing is, obviously, I'm entrusting you with my child, like with our child.
The thing is, accidents happen, and I do believe this was an accident. It could have been. It's a preventable accident.
That's all I'm saying. It's preventable, and she could have helped prevent it by doing her part.
Right, but no one, not everyone's perfect.
Not this woman.
she happened to make a mistake. I'm sure she'll never make this mistake again.
No, that's the thing. All I want her to say is, I made a mistake and I apologize. And that's what you're saying. Like, oh, she could do out of the goodness of her heart. It's like, okay, that's the thing though. If she does it, it's almost saying that she, comes across as, well, this isn't my fault at all. I did nothing wrong. And it's like, actually, put your phone down and spend time with your child. And then maybe next time he won't be in the hands of a silverback gorilla. Also, like you said, she thought her child was safe. These are wild animals, and I don't care how long they've been in captivity for or whatever. They have wild instincts. They're wild animals. Anything could happen. So with that being said, I mean, it's a zoo. Not like a freaking dog. Even with dogs, no, it's not a petting. No, petting zoos are dangerous too.
But overall, in my opinion, yes, the mother could have been watching her child a bit better. I feel that, the zoo association should...
I agree that the zoo association getting in trouble, but not solely just the zoo. That's a little ridiculous.
But see, I don't agree with you that the mother should be. There's...
No, the only reason why I say the mother should is because everyone's saying only the Cincinnati Zoo should be getting in trouble. Only them, no one else. But I'm saying if you guys want to try and only blame them, blame her too, or we can leave both of them out of the picture and blame the association. Whichever way you want to do it, I mean, I guess it's up to you. I mean, I'm pretty sure you agree with me to blame the association, right? It's their regulations.
Yes, we agree on that. I don't agree that the mother should be punished, though.
So you think it's the association and the zoo, even though the association...
No, not necessarily the zoo.
Because, so see, if we don't...
I don't know if the zoo was kept up with the standards. Kaylee was saying that she read that it was.
And they have.
That they have been. But let's say that they have kept up with all the safety. And they have kept up with all the standards. And all of the safety measures were implemented. Then no, it's not the zoo's fault. They did what they were supposed to. But then again, if a 4-year-old is able to override your security, I really don't know how well thought out the whole security platform was.
I mean, I've heard from people that have worked at zoos before making the security barriers. They say that they're actually pretty difficult to get through, and they go on and explain why.
Obviously
no,
not, because a 4-year-old. Obviously not, because a 4-year-old was able to get through.
Well, I think they assume that parents are watching the children, and anybody in their right mind, like me and you.
But why would you assume that?
Anybody like me and you wouldn't be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go in there and like go mess with."
No, but why?
We're smarter than that.
But why would you assume that though?
I'm saying someone has talked about the whole system barrier.
Yeah, well, I'm letting you know. If a 4-year-old child gets in, then you got to rethink your security. So anyway, let's get into whether or not the gorilla should have been killed. And I don't think anybody thinks that the gorilla should have been...
No, that one guy.
Okay, wait. No one thinks that the gorilla should have just been killed.
I gotta find his YouTube.
I'm
gonna link it right here.
No one wanted the gorilla to die. Even the zoo came out saying that they were devastated over the loss of their gorilla. But whether or not the gorilla should have been shot to save the child, although I hate to say it, I believe they made the right call. I mean, I'm not a primatologist.
Neither of us are.
Right? To me, it seemed that the child was not in danger, but
that's where we agree.
Yeah, but I'm basing this off, just from what I saw.
Especially us knowing the strength of gorillas, he could have snapped him in half.
If the gorilla wanted to kill him, or he could have snapped him, in half easily without even breaking a sweat.
It just looks so much more aggressive than I think people are making it seem to be.
Other great apes, they can't control their strength as humans can. Us humans, we can pick up a pen and we can make fine print. But that comes from being able to control our grip, being able to control our strength. Chimpanzees and gorillas, they can't do that. So whenever they do something, it looks like it's it looks like it's aggressive. It looks like it's it looks like it hurts.
But to them and their babies, they probably barely even feel it.
Yeah. Back to whether or not the gorilla should have been shot. I would say no. But just thinking, if my child was in there, would I want the gorilla would I want the zoo to take any measure to get out my son safely? And yes, I would have made the call. If it was up to me, I would say, shoot the gorilla. I know it sounds selfish. It seems like we value human's life over a gorilla, and unfortunately, in our we many of us are speciesists. We do care for humans more than other animals. But okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but
I
anyway, but the kid was in danger. Whether or not the gorilla was planning on killing him, like I was saying, the gorilla strength is far superior to any human, and yes, he could have just grabbed him, not intentionally, kill him, but he could have done some serious damage, if not killed him, just by picking him up. If he, so I don't believe the gorilla wanted to hurt the child, but I think that he could have done it unintentionally, and this is why I believe that the zoo made the right call. It is an unfortunate event, and I hate that happened. Especially because these gorillas are at the brink of extinction, and it sucks that the reason they're at the brink of extinction is because of deforestation caused by humans, and then having a gorilla having to be put down at the expense of a human. Yeah, it's a terrible thing, and I hate it. But the child's life was at the utmost importance here, and I do believe that the zoo made the right call.
Okay, so I may get a lot of hate for this. I don't think that the gorilla should have been killed. My mentality on usually any animal being killed is very different. So don't judge me too harshly. Do not thumbs down this video just for that, okay? You know what I mean? Write a comment. Oh, I say no, I don't think the gorilla should have been shot, just because my heart is so big for animals. I don't want to say this, but I feel like I have to. I almost prefer animals.
Wow.
No, that's not saying that I don't love, or my child, because I already know, what people are going to think, especially because this is a child involving this.
You hold animals' lives to be equal to humans. How about that?
I do. I know the whole tranquilizing thing. People say, oh no, well, it would have taken minutes. I know that supposedly this whole ordeal took 10 minutes from when it started, when they realized that he was in there with the gorilla, to when they shot him and killed him. So my thing is, okay, the second somebody saw him in there, you need to go contact the zoo and they need to go tranquilize him ASAP. So within maybe not at the end of 10 minutes, they're like, what should we do? Maybe at the first 2 minutes, they're like, okay, let's do this now before, maybe he does start to get agitated or annoyed with all the people screaming. Because that was probably pretty annoying. It was annoying while I was watching. You don't need to do a kill shot. There are probably hundreds of other places to shoot.
Yeah, if you want
animals or people.
Yeah, if you want to piss off the gorilla.
I highly doubt. So okay, he obviously was grabbing him with his arms. Shooting him in his arm and then again in his arm is not no, just let me. I think the same thing with people. My thing is, okay, you don't need to kill the person, just shoot them in their leg.
Okay, it's not as simple.
Whatever.
It is
but I'm saying, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, that is your opinion, but it's not.
And I'm entitled to it.
Right, but it is not that simple though.
But did anybody try it?
No, of course not. The child's life was at risk. They had to get that child out.
But how does anybody know that it's purely impossible?
Time was of the essence.
I mean, we're actually not sure where they shot him.
I don't know where they shot him.
I don't know where they shot. I'm assuming.
If you guys know, comment below. Let us know.
I'm assuming somewhere in this region, probably, or
Which is
here. Yeah. So can you guys comment? Because actually, I just thought about that. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure there are other places that you could shoot him. Maybe not on the arm, but maybe closer, like here, or. And then, you know what? The second he's down, you rush in, you get that little boy, but you also rush in your vet that works at the zoo, or you rush in as many specialized ER vets as possible, and you do what you can to save that gorilla. I guess that is one thing that I blame the zoo on. I mean, Like, come on. I know you guys have a bunch of vets and all that shit. No, I know you do. I know. So, I mean, there's like, I feel like there were other ways around this than just being like, oh my god, the kid's in there, shoot him now. Shoot him now. Like, either needed to do it a long time ago, 10 minutes ago, or maybe just have thought of a different way. And yes, I've heard supposedly, I don't know if this is true or not, supposedly they made like noises or something, and they called the gorillas in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they called the gorillas and he didn't, and everyone's like, see, he didn't want to go. It's like, okay, no offense, he had something interesting in his hand. Like, let's just be honest.
Okay,
the other ones didn't even know he was in there.
Okay, but either...
So they say that was his one chance to have his life saved, which I think is a little ridiculous.
But overall, either way, whatever...
It's so sad.
Whatever decision the zoo would have made, they would have been ridiculed for it. So, you know... And the same thing with this video, you know, like, we're gonna be ridiculed for having,
that's okay,
you know, our own opinion. That's okay.
So, whose opinion do you guys agree with? His?
Or hers? Whatever you guys think, comment below, let us know.
And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.
If you don't like this video, don't do anything.
Thanks for the view.
Don't you dare hit that dislike button.
Also, comment all the links that we asked for in the video, referring to whatever we're referring to. That would be helpful. Thank you. Also, yeah, just subscribe because we're going to be uploading a lot of new stuff in the next couple of days, so you don't want to miss that.
Especially movie reviews. I like movies.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to the movies.
Especially superheroes. Look at that. Woo.
We hope you guys enjoyed our first video, and I hope we did okay. Yeah. So...
Bye.
We should act like gorillas and be like,